Welcome back. Let's get back to the fun. Okay, so there's one thing that I keep thinking about when you're talking about what the difference between men and women. I keep thinking about fighter pilots and how they say why men are better fighter pilots, because they can focus. They can focus that one mission. They just go, and that's their mission. And women are multitaskers. And they can think about what's on the stove and where the kids need to be and all these things. And they just have all these things going on at the same time. And even you planning things with, Booster Club, women just accomplish things so different.
Multitask to the max.
Yeah.
Yep. What's interesting about that is, and again, I love learning from each gender. There's pros and cons to both. There's studies that are coming out now are actually showing how damaging multitasking is to our health, our cognitive ability, it raises our cortisol level, it decreases brain function. But I think it also depends on the kind of multitasking. So when you're vacuuming, it's something that you're doing, you've done it a bazillion times, so you can think and layer and you can really be aware. I think, my personal opinion, women, especially moms, are given that sort of radar, sixth sense that we know and hum with what's going on. I'm not talking about that multitasking. I'm talking about, I need to fold the laundry while I'm watching the show, while I'm talking about it, and I've got it. I'm talking about that kind, where it's stressful and we're trying to accomplish.
From all of it. I find myself doing that sometimes, and then folding the laundry, think of something else. I mean, squirrel all over the place where I don't accomplish much.
Exactly, and then you lose the fulfillment. So you're doing all the treadmill thing without getting all the benefits, right? And that's what I encourage women to do, is learn how to focus down. There's a beautiful talk by Bonnie Cordon. She talks about this experience she had with the flashlight, and she was trying to direct somebody and have them follow, and the flashlight's going all over. And she was saying, in sharing ourselves and in sharing good in the world, it's good to wave your flashlight. It's good to have a light, but it's better to focus it down. So I love the concept of focus your flashlight, because as women learn from men how to focus down, we get more done. 500% more productive is what studies say. We focus down, we get more done, and we get, actually, like you said, more connection and fulfillment to what we're doing, and we actually make better choices for other things because we start seeing better ways to do it, quicker, better, faster, that we skip steps that we would have thought, I've got to do X, Y, da, 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 da. Instead, we're present, and that's what women do so beautifully. When we're present, we're connecting, we're touching hands, we're being there. So many connections are being made in our brains and in our hearts that it's a fulfilling experience again, that word again. So focusing our flashlight, and we actually get more results. There was a gal I was working with, and she had this book she had started to write, and it was a really amazing experience she had with her son who got kidnapped, and it was crazy. Anyway, so she wanted to write it, but she's being a mom, she's doing all these things, and she wasn't able to focus down. And so I worked with her. I taught her skills and taught her some things about writing and things like that. And she was able to focus down. She was writing as a mom, focus her time, get her bum in the seat, get this, all the things that she needed to do. She got it, wrote it, got it published, and a bestseller. So this thing that she thought, well, I'm either gonna have to wait till I'm not a mom anymore, or I gotta do it while I'm doing 52 other things. She was still able to be woman, wife, mother, sister, and still be able to chunk it by learning how to train herself to focus down on small increments to get it done. And that's opened up all these other doors. So
I love that you can help people.
It's so fun.
Figure all of that out, Connie.
It's so fun.
I think it's interesting that you say all those things because the training, you can't do it all. Like, you have to let some things go.
Absolutely.
Which is super, super difficult. I think some things must be difficult for everyone, but for me, I know that it's very difficult for me to let some of those things go. Because you want all of those things, the
feeling capable of so many things.
Right.
Which one do I not share, or do I not do?
Which one do you not do?
Yeah.
And I think women, when we come to a place when we just embrace the fact that we are not in charge of getting everything done, we're not, and the world will still turn. I think when we can actually come and own that, come to that place of embracing that, our lives immediately get better. That we don't feel this weight on our shoulders of, I have to go through all that stuff on my to-do list, plus do all the relationship things, plus do all the connected things. We can pull it down and go, what are the priorities today? And I talk about 5-finger living. I talk about 5-finger priorities, 5-finger personals. And if every day we are just doing those, I do something every day for God, myself, my family, my ministering, and the business that I do with helping women. And if I do one thing in each of those things every day, I'm fulfilled. I'm good. And I know everything else is okay. It's going to be all right.
Awesome.
But I think it's a life skill. And it doesn't take a lot of training. It just takes a few key pieces, and we turn the cog. And I watch women just get that light bulb and they go, oh, I get it. I get how to organize my life. I get how to do this and be able to be fulfilled with these few things and stay focused.
Love that. So Connie, you talked about the rumble.
Listen
and
to
then
the rumble.
the flashlight honing in. What's the third?
The third step is take a bold step. And this is where women will feel the rumble, will acknowledge it, and in our good moments we like, I can do this. I can focus the flashlight, okay. And then we turn around and we go, go to the fridge.
I'm like, oh, I'm okay by the fire.
That's right. I'm reading a good book. Or you're like, I'll just go put in a load of wash first, right? And so then you get distracted. This take a bold step. Another thing that women do is that Marianne Williamson quote where, who are you not to shine so bright? We start feeling like, well, I don't know if it's okay for me to do that. And I don't know if I want to be, shine. And we start to second guess what we're to do. And then that opens a whole Pandora's box. Well, I don't have the scale on comparison and all of these things. When we can just pull it back to one bold step, just one. That's all we have to take, just one bold step. And maybe it's a phone call, maybe it's going to lunch with a friend that you're like, I love what you do. How do you do it? I did that with a friend of mine and I was like, I don't even know what you do, but I want to lose weight and I know that you do something that's really healthy and good and normal and what is it?
Yeah.
So we connected, I lost 30 pounds, it was great. And then later, a few months later, I was like, I think she needs to work with me. What? So I call her and I'm like, I don't know what you do again, but hey, I think she's like, absolutely want to work with you. I didn't know 3 years ago, 3 years before that, she had put it on her life board that I had taught her to make in a class that she wanted to work with me. I had no idea. So I just want you to know, when we take a bold step, a door opens, a window, something happens, and it's the experience, it's the journey. It's not the end result. It's not, I'm going to be global and have 250,000 followers, blah, blah, and sell soap. It's not that. Wow. It's that, I call it this divine download, this calling that we feel to do as women. And when we feel it and we answer that call, then I believe God makes the way. I've seen it so many times with women, and they open the door and they go, oh, I didn't know that I could do this. And I didn't know it could be so simple and so helped, like I would be so partnered in doing it. And I think if anything that women can take away from this is that if you're feeling the rumble, He's already prepared a way. Whatever your belief system is, there's already a way prepared, and you don't have to fear it. It's a journey of joy and expansion and discovery, and you're going to be teaching your family all the way along to take faithful steps and overcome fear and deal with the difficulties and the disappointments, and you're going to show them how to do it as the mom and the woman. It's just so beautiful. It's a beautiful process if we'll embrace it. So.
Me and my daughter call it when it comes naturally, when there's not a lot of bumps and stuff, when it naturally starts to like flow out. If it's a lot of abrasiveness, we sometimes think, I think that's the wrong road. Go down it. If it feels abrasive, then maybe that's not the right direction. Tweak it a little bit. But I feel like when it's meant to happen, it just starts to roll out. Like you said, connections start to happen, tapping starts to come.
And you get the help. And it doesn't mean you're not going to have bumps in the road. That's growth. But I love, Jeffrey R. Holland has this talk and this little film clip where him and his son are in a pickup and they're in the desert and they're trying to figure out which road they go down, and they both feel good about going down this one road, and then it comes to a dead end right away. And they go, I'm like, what happened? Why do we feel that way? And he said something so profound that I stick to. He said, maybe so that we would know for a surety that was the wrong road.
I love that.
And the learning. Ladies, we've got to value the learning, the joy,
then it's okay to make a mistake or to do something that was off and like, oh, okay, well, that one didn't work, but let's do it again.
Learning. Exactly, because we don't know, again, and I love scripture, so I call it the Joseph of Egypt principle. He did not know that he was going to need to know how it was in this Potiphar's house and then in the jail, and how it was preparing him all the way along for where he ended up being, where he was supposed to be. So we don't have to look at it as a failure or that was a disappointment and that it's the end. It's a process, and it's a learning and a growth, and it's and then you get to have the joy and the learning all the way along and share it together. Again, as women, that's where groups and masterminds and programs and things that we gather together, oh my gosh, I've seen women just go with so little that they've brought in, their widow's mite, and then boom, and they're able to go home, do dinner, and they're right there for their kids. It is amazing. It is miraculous to me. It's beautiful.
You are amazing. Such
You
a
are.
joy.
Thank
we
you,
adore
Connie.
you. Thank you for helping us
We'll
into
share
the new
all your
year.
information so people can find you if they are looking for some guidance.
ConnieSokol.com, got lots of free stuff, great stuff to share.
Thanks, Connie.
Thanks so much. There's more studio chatter coming up.